Yesterday, Hyundai invited me to a 1-hour sneak peek of the IONIQ6 over a global webcast. Now I'm finally able to share those details of Hyundai/Ionic's brand new electric sedan, the IONIQ6. Let's get into it. The headline, IONIQ6 electrified Streamliner, debuts with extended range and innovative personal space. Streamliner is like nickname of this vehicle. It's well revered among the designers and engineers of this vehicle to be called the Streamliner. So hashtag Streamliner, I'm going to throw it in for this video. So let's get into the details here. So the first thing they talk about is a special place to be, and you have all these ambient lights that you can customize, and it can change on how fast you're driving the vehicle. So that's pretty cool. And even how aggressively you're driving the vehicle, the ambient lights inside change colors. Now that is all customizable. You can turn that off as well. So we have the 77.4 kilowatt hour battery that we see on the Kia EV6 and the IONIQ 5, even the GV60 from Genesis as well. Now they're saying WLTP estimated range of over 610 kilometers on a single charge. So we don't have what that will be in miles on the EPA circuit, but I did some calculations yesterday and I got it to be around 325 or so miles. Now, of course, there's some wiggle room in there, so wait for the official announcement on the EPA cycle, but just know that it's going to be 25 plus miles more than the IONIQ 5 thanks to its ridiculously low coefficient of drag. They're saying it's one of the most energy efficient EVs on the market, and that makes sense because the battery pack isn't super big, super heavy, and we know that the coefficient of drag on this vehicle is like 0.21 or something incredibly silly. I'll put it exactly what it is if that's not correct, but I believe it's one of the best out there on the market. So it has a 2950 millimeter wheelbase. Of course, we know it has the 800 volt ultra fast charging from 10% to 80% in just 18 minutes. That's even faster than the car I just drove this week, which was the electric G80. Now that also has a bigger battery pack, so that's supposed to go to 10 to 80%, 22 minutes. This is same charging rate, but a smaller battery, so it can do it in faster time. We know that over-the-air software updates are available. It has been confirmed that it's not just like software for the maps. You know, the whole vehicle, the driving dynamics, the computers in there can be updated from over-the-air software now. Your choices of wheels are 20-inch to 18-inch, of course, depending on that trim level. And the funny thing with electric cars, the more money you spend, now we don't have pricing on this vehicle, but if it's anything like the IONIQ 5, for example, the more money you spend, the bigger wheels you get and the worse range you get. So it's not really like, yes, you get more features on the more expensive models, but you're getting gypped with the range as a result. Some people might not need, that extra 20 miles of range that the smaller wheels can give or whatever it'll be. But when you're spending more money, it should be better in every single way. And this is not the case with electric cars with the same size battery pack as you spend money. So back to the ambient lights, you can have 64 colors and 6 pre-selected themes. But this puts like a whole new spin on the word ambient for ambient lighting. The speed sync lighting mode adds emotion to the driving experience by changing the brightness of the interior lighting in the first row based on the vehicle's speed. We have optional relaxation comfort seats in the first row to promote leisure by simply adjusting the seat angle. The seats are 30% thinner than those in conventional cars, providing more space for passengers. There are 4 Type-C USBs, 1 Type-A USB, but there's also another plug-in underneath the rear seat for a 3-prong, for example. Now, this is something that I would have really appreciated on the eGMP stablemate from the electric G80 that I drove, and I'm still working on that review. So this video goes up before that review. But the IONIQ 6 has an EV performance tune-up system, which allows the driver to freely adjust steering effort, motor power, accelerator pedal sensitivity, and driveline mode. Drivers can create a variety of different combinations with just a few buttons to click to meet their individual needs. So this is just a custom driving mode button, which I wish, like I said, the electrified G80 had. And it's very, very welcome to see in this new IONIQ 6. It would be cool that if the G80 electric just could have an over-the-air software update to allow something like this, but hey, I don't know. I highly doubt it. So the IONIQ 6 features an ASD, a technology that makes EVs more exciting and people-friendly. How does it do that? It gives you an optimum spaceship-like sound added into the cabin, and the sound texture changes based off the vehicle's driving status. So, guys, here we are. This is the future. Since electric cars make such little noise, we have to come up with spaceship-like sounds to make them sound more exciting. It's not the first vehicle to do this. I mean, all hybrids kind of make this spaceship sound at like slow speeds, or even all electric cars for that matter, all make this spaceship sound that's custom to the manufacturer. Well, now it's custom to the vehicle's driving status and how much juice you're giving the vehicle. So anyways, don't know how I feel about that. Can't wait to drive it to see what it's like, to actually hear what it's like. I mean, the powertrains in the battery pack look to be nearly identical from the IONIQ 5. Now, of course, there's the top of the line dual motor setup. Actually, hold the phone there, because in the Q&A at the end of this, media sneak peek sort of thing that I was telling you about that I saw yesterday, one of the questions like, hey, are we going to see an N version of the IONIQ6? And we just got a teaser version of the IONIQ6 N right after that, like 1 hour interview sort of thing that I was in yesterday. So that is a official go, and that will be happening. I think it's on the 20th is going to be N day, where we'll have the IONIQ 5 N, the IONIQ6 N, and then we'll also have some new legacy N that's going to be a performance gasoline car. So in theory, that'll be pretty exciting. Also, I wanted to say before I get too far ahead of myself, which I already have because this video is already pretty long at this point. Anyways, availability. What is availability for the IONIQ6? Well, in Europe and Korea, it'll be available by the end of this year. Production starts in Q3, but for North America, production starts in Q1 of 2023, January to be exact, and availability is supposed to be by the end of Q1. Early Q2 is what I'm expecting. So we're talking March, April timeframe when this vehicle will come to the United States, and it's not going to be available in all states. The IONIQ 5 isn't even available in all states, but here in Florida it is. I see them on the road, as well as the EV6. So now the dual motor setup, they're saying 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, which is 62 miles an hour in 5.1. So 0 to 60 around 5 seconds, 4.8 maybe. It all depends on the conditions. I was driving the EG80 the other day, and I was getting some pretty impressive acceleration numbers. Now that vehicle also has more horsepower than this, but I don't want to spoil my review of the electrified G80. So let's get back into the IONIQ6. Okay, so how did they get that impressive 14 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers that they mentioned at the beginning of this article? Well, they're using a tiny 53 kilowatt hour battery. So the smaller the battery you're going to get, the better the efficiency, because it's going to be a lighter vehicle. And they're using 18-inch wheels and tires, and it's just the rear wheel drive. So of course, less motors, less weight. So that's why they're saying they can get these crazy efficiency numbers. 53 kilowatt hours, I don't think it'll be available at launch here in the States, maybe a year after. I don't even think this configuration is available on the EV6 from Kia or the IONIQ 5 quite yet here stateside. You can also do vehicle to load to charge your things outside of the vehicle by plugging it into the charging port of the IONIQ6. On the inside, we have dual 12-inch screens like we have on the IONIQ 5, so nothing too new there. Okay, so I mentioned over-the-air software update, so here's some more details on it. IONIQ 6 is the brand's first vehicle to offer over-the-air software update for various controllers. This technology allows drivers to upgrade the various vehicle controllers for electric driving, autonomous driving, battery, and more to provide a safer and more convenient driving experience. Drivers can also update maps and media software via the over-the-air function. Now we have some color options. Just know that doesn't mean that they're confirmed for the United States. So this is kind of the global palette per se. So you have 12 colors: Gravity Gold Matte, Abyss Black Pearl, Serenity White Pearl, Curated Silver Metallic, Nocturne Gray Metallic, Nocturne Gray Matte, Transmission Blue Pearl, Biophilic, I could be butchering that, Blue Pearl, Ultimate Red Metallic, Digital Green Pearl, Digital Green Matte, and Bite Blue. That is an immense amount of paint colors for a brand new vehicle. That's one of the biggest surprises to me. For interior, there are 4 colors: dark gray, light gray, dark olive with light gray, and black with pale brown and black. They have some really unique marketing with this vehicle, which I've sure I've sprinkled in. One of it's like augmented reality, one of it's following the lives of 3 different professionals, and one of it is in the metaverse, which I could care less about the metaverse. But I know some people out there might want their, NFTs, I think I said that, NFTs for the IONIQ 6. Oh my gosh. Am I getting too old that I don't know what an NFT is? I still can't figure out quite what it is, but I'm getting there, guys. Super excited for the IONIQ 6. I think there's going to be a media drive of this vehicle in November. So stay tuned for that. Fingers crossed I'll be able to go for you guys and drive this vehicle. I wasn't able to make it out for the IONIQ 5 last year. I think I was sick with the vids or something. Who knows? Anyways, I'm going to end it there. Catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more IONIQ news and Hyundai news for that matter, because we have end day coming. We also have the IONIQ 7 coming, the full sized family crossover, by the end of next year. I think it's like 11 EVs from Hyundai globally by 2030. I believe that's their pacing. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll bring it all to you guys. Catch you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.